Alright, what's going on? Let's talk about Skate 4 here. Welcome back to the channel. If you seen we've been gone a couple of days here, had to make some adjustments to when I go ahead and film these videos. If you like the videos, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you comment in below so that I could get what you feel about the playtest here and how you feel about Skate 4 in its entirety. Hopefully everybody had a great day. Lock in. So, Skate 4. I want to talk about the current state of Skate. So we have over 1 million players that signed up for the Insider playtest. This is basically the biggest playtest sign up in history for EA. To really put it in perspective, the playtest invites are going out daily. So you'll need to check your inbox, make sure you are looking every weekday and checking to see if you got yours. So honestly, July 31st is when all invites will be out. So there was a post on Twitter X where we ended up getting some info from Skate. So that is partially what this video is about, and then just a few thoughts of mine about Skate and the current state of Skate. So again, welcome back to the videos. Took a couple day hiatus, but we are back cooking for the boys and the ladies and gents, whoever we got in here, man. So look, what's happening with the update is that we ended up having that 0.27 update come out for Skate. That kind of came with a lot of different changes to the player models, the creative player, customization, technical issues, things like that. What also came from that was a lot of different people being added to the playtest. So I wonder if actually all 1 million players who signed up, who will actually want to play the game, will actually get in before early access. And I will go over early access and when I think the release date of this game will be coming out in this video in the back half of it, so stick around. So early access, right? I do want to actually just backpedal just a little bit here and talk about console players versus PC players when it comes to the invites. PC players, when you're invited, just make sure you download the playtest through the EA app. When you do that, basically you're going to make sure that you maintain, your actual code and you don't just, have some issue with the code. I guess there's some issue where you're not able to utilize it through other means. Console players, make sure that your playtest code, you utilize that. It's going to come directly into your email. That's sent to the email address that you registered. So I just wanted to talk to y'all about that. There has been, I do want to deep dive on that just a bit. There has been a little bit of details that I've been going and uncovering on Twitter in the comments. There are some boys that are actually out here not being able to get the correct system they think, because they're getting a PC code when they think they signed up for PlayStation or vice versa. What's happening right now with that is that they most likely, and some of them are saying in the comments by their own admission, that they signed up for both platforms. If they signed up for both platforms, they're going to get both invites. So be patient, look for the specific invite that you're actually looking for. May it be the console version of it or the PC version of it. So just make sure that you actually distinguish which one it is before you go in. Back to the playtest and when is full early access. So we got the playtest 0.27 launched. July 2nd, 2025 kicked it off. We got a bunch of content in there. Full access to this game will end up happening late summer. Likely August, which is right around the corner, or September. And I will go ahead and I will talk a little bit about this because I feel like you can gauge this by the actual time frame of when they're saying that they want to get all playtest invites out to the public. Look at the date. I said it previously in the video, July 31st. July 31st is quite particular because July 31st is very close to August 1st. Why would we need all the invites out to everybody before the playtest begins with early access? Because we want that mass amount of people in there to test the server, most likely, or something to that effect. Don't quote me on that, but it just feels that way to me. Let me know in the comments if you think that I'm onto something. Anyways, moving on. Full early access does begin late summer, August or September. could be later. I don't think it'll be later than that. The game will remain in early access for 1 year before the full release in 2026. And that's why I was saying in my previous video, it was really kind of shocking to people that, but if you just kind of look at the dates and the details in which they're giving us right now and the stage in the game in which we're at right now, it seems as if we're in that early access stage about August to September. So usually it's about a year of play testing in early access, and then they release the game after that. So that puts us at about sometime 26. It will have a full release coming to PC, Steam and Epic, Xbox One, and Series X and S, also PS4 and 5. Also, later down the line, there will be a mobile version of the game, and I think they'll have to really downscale this game quite a bit. That's probably going to come out a way later time frame for that. So, what is the community saying about the feedback of the game right now? So, they basically are saying that they love the game, but it needs some tweaks. The game is fun, but we need the art direction to be cleaned up, the feeling and the weightiness of when you ollie, and they cleaned up some of that with some of the mini ollies and nollies that they have in the game and things like that. But just pay attention, it still feels a little floaty on the tricks when you're doing certain stuff. But sometimes to me, I feel like they did dumb that down enough. Hopefully everybody else feels the same way. If not, they'll tweak that down and they'll make it so that I do feel like it needs a little bit more tweaking to make it just a little bit more floaty and realistic, that if that's what they're going for. So what are basically we questioning as fans right now is the loot boxes and the technical issues. So the devs want our feedback from that. So we got to make sure that we're going ahead and we're submitting a bunch of that feedback to them when they ask in the emails and stuff like that. I am not sponsored by EA or Skate.Skate4. I'm just saying, if we want the game to be as good as possible, I want y'all to go ahead and submit that feedback if you can. Do those emails about monetization, about customization and the quality of the game, about the core gameplay mechanics and the map flow, about the bugs and the performance. Let's talk about the bugs. When I booted up in the game, I'm going to talk about 2 bugs. One bug is when I was in the game, I jumped down to do a ollie, hit the concrete and bounced off the ground into the sky like 50 feet. Other bug, I went ahead and I was literally starting up the game yesterday, and what happened when I went into the game was the tutorial like I first started the game. So there is some stuff that needs to be worked out, man. I was literally doing an ollie and a nollie when I had all this type of experience and stuff like that, like I just started the playtest. So it was super weird, and I'm still in that state right now. If you like the content, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Look for that next video that we have dropping here, most likely on a daily binge here going soon. Is the current state of Skate 4, Skate Dot a great one? Are we heading towards progress, or do you think that we need a little more than a year before we get the best game possible right now? Let me know in the comments. If you see this video here in your top left hand corner, make sure that you click that. It's one of the most recent videos you may have missed, or a playlist of Skate or something to that effect. I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Appreciate y'all.